Good morning students, and in today's video we will be looking to few more sums from this shares and dividend. I hope you saw the previous video for the other sums, and today we will see a little more complicated sums from this chapter, shares and dividend. Now the question is, a person invests rupees 4,368 and buys certain rupees 100 shares at rupees 91. First he is investing this much money, and what is this 100? It is face value, and this 91 is the market value, and this is his investment. And then he sells out shares worth rupees 2,400 when they have risen to rupees 95. So when the market value goes up, now he is selling few shares of worth 2,400, and he sells the remaining shares when they have fallen to rupees 85. Find the gain or loss on the total transaction. So first time he is investing this much in a company, and he is buying some shares, right? And then when the market value goes up to rupees 95, he is selling few shares, and then he is having some more shares in his hand, right? And then again when the market value goes down to rupees 85, he is selling the remaining shares which he had in his hand. Now out of this transaction, whether he has gained or he loses, that is what we need to find out, right? Now I have written the given data. Investment is 4,368, and this 100 is face value. The market value is 91. He sells out shares worth rupees 2,400 when they have risen to 95. So when the market value goes up to 95, now he is selling the shares of worth rupees 2,400. So this is his first sale. When the market value goes up, he is selling. So this is a first sale for him. And then again when and he sells the remaining shares when they have fallen to rupees 85. So and in the second sale, when the market value goes down to 85 rupees, he is selling his remaining shares in the market, and we need to find out his what is his total, whether it is a gain or loss, right? Understood the question? Now we will look into the solution part. Now here, the first time he invested 4,368. This is his investment. Face value is this, and the market value is this. So we need to find out how many shares he bought out of this. So here, first time the total number of shares how much he bought in the market. So number of shares is equal to investment by market value per share, right? Investment is what? 4,368 divided by 91. 91 is the market value per share. So when you simplify, you get 48 shares. So he is buying 48 shares. Now in his hand, how many shares he is having? He is having 48 shares. Now the number of shares sold on the first sale. So what he now next what he is doing, when the market value goes up, he is selling few shares, isn't it? How many shares he is selling? So number of shares he sold first time, that is equal to the face value, the total face value divided by face value per share. As here we are using this formula based on the given data, worth rupees 2,400, that is given in the question. So worth rupees 2,400 means the face value is 2,400. So this much worth face value he is selling in the market. So total face value by face value per share. So it is 2,400 by 100, that is equal to 24. So in his first sale, how many shares he is selling? 24 shares he is selling in the market. Right? When the market value goes up, how many shares he is selling? He is selling 24 shares. And next, the number of shares sold on the second sale. What in the question that is given, the remaining shares he is selling in the market when the market value goes down, isn't it? So now we need to find out what is his remaining shares. First he had 48 shares, and now in the first sale he is selling 24 shares, and what will be his remaining shares? It is total minus shares sold on the first sale, that is 48 minus 24, that is 24. So first time he sold 24 shares and the next time he is selling 24 shares. Right? Now we need to find out what is the sale proceed on the first sale. First time he is selling, isn't it? So we need to find the sale proceed on the first sale. So market value of 24 shares. How many shares he is selling first time? He is selling 24 shares. First time, first sale, he is selling 24 shares. So the market value of 24 shares is equal to 95 into 24. 95 is the market value into 24 shares. So the market value goes up to 95, isn't it? So 95 into 24 is equal to 2280. So the sale proceed is equal to 2280. Right. Now the sale proceed on the second sale. Second time he is selling 24 shares. The remaining 24 shares he is selling in the market. When the market value goes down, by the time he is selling. So market value of 24 shares is equal to 85 is a market value per share into 24 is equal to 2040. So first time this is his sale proceed, and second time this is his sale proceed. So now what is his total sale proceed? It is first time sale proceed 2280 plus 2040, that is equal to 4320. So this is his total sale proceed, that is first time he sold 24 shares, second time again he sold the remaining 24 shares, and now after selling all his shares, what is the amount now he is having in his hand? He is having 4320. First time, what was his investment in the market? This is his investment, 4368. That was the investment in the beginning. Now we need to find out whether it is a gain or loss for him. So gain or loss, we need to find out. So total sale proceed minus investment. Now this is the amount he is having in his hand after selling all the 48 shares, 4320 minus the beginning he has invested in the market. So when you subtract, you get minus 48. Minus 48 is nothing but loss. So he has lost of 48 rupees. Clear? Understood? Now we will go to the next sum. A company declares a dividend of 14%. Find the market value of rupees 50 shares if the return on investment is 10%. So now look into the question. A company declares a dividend of 14%. So under the given data, I have written dividend percentage is equal to 14%. Now find the market value. You need to find the market value. Rupees 50 shares. So what is this 50? 50 is the face value. And if the return on investment is 10%, that is return percentage is given as 10%. So return percentage is equal to 10%. We need to find out the market value per share. Now we will look into the solution part. Of the solution part here, the return percentage is given, and you need to find out the market value per share. So here I am using this formula as return percentage is given. Return percentage is equal to income per share by market value per share. Or suppose if the total income is given, here you need to write the market value of all the shares. Right? Now here income per share we can find out from the given data. Right? How to find the income per share? Here the dividend percentage is given and the face value is given. So using this two data we can find the income, that is the dividend per share we can find out. Then market value per share, it is the unknown data which we need to find out. And the return percentage is already given there, we can substitute. So income per share we need to find out from the given data. Right. Now dividend is equal to dividend percentage on the face value. Dividend percentage is given as 14%. Here it's given as 14% into face value is 50. So when you simplify you get 7 rupees 7. Now this is a dividend per share, or we can say income per share. Now take this and substitute in the main formula. The main formula is what? I have written once again here. Return percentage is equal to income per share by market value per share into 100. So under this return percentage I have written 10 as it is given 10%. Income per share we have just now found as 7 rupees by market value per share into 100. So cross multiply. So market value per share is equal to 7 into 100 by 10, that is equal to 70 rupees. So market value per share is what? Rupees 70. This is what we need to find out from this question, market value per share. As the return percentage is given, we are using this formula. Right? This is quite easy sum. Now we will go into the next sum. Yeah. Of this question, look at the question here. A man sold some 100 rupees 100 shares, paying 10% dividend at a discount of 25%, and invested the proceeds in rupees 100 shares, paying 16% dividend quoted at rupees 80, and thus increased his income by 2000. Find the number of shares sold by him. Once again I will read the question. Please understand. A man sold some shares. Right? He is selling some shares. A man sold some shares. What is this 100? 100 is face value. Paying 10% dividend. So what is the dividend percentage? It is 10%. At a discount of 25%. What is this discount of 25%? It is nothing but market value. He is selling at a discount of 25%. So you need to find out what is the market value. As the discount percentage is given, you need to find out the price of market value. So market value is equal to face value minus discount of 25% on face value. So first time he is selling some shares out of this data. Right? Next what happens? He invested the proceeds. He invested the proceeds in rupees 100 shares, paying 16% dividend quoted at rupees 80. So he is investing the sale proceeds. First time he is selling the shares, and some shares he is selling in the market, and he will be getting the amount in his hand. Right? That amount is the sale proceeds. With that amount, again he is investing in the market, which the face value is 100 rupees. 16% is the dividend, and what is the market value of that share? It is 80. by selling like this, he has increased his income by 2000 rupees. Right? He has increased his income by 2000. Find the number of shares sold by him. So, as he has increased his income by 2000, first we need to find out what was his income in the beginning, the first time when he sold the shares. Second time after he invested the sale proceed, what is his income? Find both the incomes, and the difference is 2000 now. Okay, now we will come to the solution part. Yeah, here I have written as old shares and new shares, because first time he is selling some shares. We don't know how much he is selling, how many shares he is selling, so I wrote here as old shares. Now for that, the face value is 100, dividend percentage is 10%, and market value is he is selling at a discount of 25%. So face value minus discount of 25% on face value. Right? Now next he is investing his sale proceeds, and he is buying some new shares. So the face value is rupees 100, dividend percentage is 16%, market value is 80 rupees. Now doing this transaction, he has increased his income by 2000. What is his old shares? How many shares he sold? That was the question. Now we will come to the solution part. First I found what is the market value here. He has sold at a discount, right? So what is the market value? Market value of old share is equal to face value minus discount. What is the face value? 100 rupees. Minus discount is what? 25% on face value. So when you simplify, you will be getting rupees 75. So his market value is how much? First time in this old share, what is his market value? It is 75 rupees. Right? Let the number of old shares is equal to A. Here the number of shares it's not given. So we are assuming let the shares be with a variable. Here I have assumed a variable A. Any variable you can assume. Let the number of old shares is equal to A. Now we need to find out the dividend from this A shares. Okay. So dividend, that is income from his old shares. Old shares is equal to A. We are assuming. So what is his income from his old shares? So dividend from old shares is equal to dividend percentage into face value into number of shares. So dividend percentage is 10%, which is already given. So 10%, 10 by 100 into face value is given as 100 into number of shares which we assumed as A. So simplify, you get 10A. So this is his income from the old shares. Right? This is his income from the old shares. And next we need to find out the sale proceed from the old shares. So sale proceed from the old shares. He's now market value per share. What is the market value per share? It is 75 rupees. And number of old share is we have assumed with A. So 75A is his sale proceed. So now he is having 75A rupees in his hand. Now he is going to invest in the market and buying the shares. So number of new shares is equal to total investment by investment per share. What is his investment? His sale proceed 75A by investment per share is what? 80 rupees. Here we have written in the data, given data, the market value per share is what? 80. He is investing the sale proceed and he is buying the new shares. Face value is this. This is a dividend percentage and market value is 80 rupees. That is what we are substituting here. This is number of new shares is equal to total investment by investment per share. What is his investment? His sale proceed, which we found here 75A. That is the total investment. By investment per share is what? 80. So when you simplify, you get 15A by 16. So this is his new shares. He bought this many shares by investing his sale proceed. Right? Now he has bought this many shares. Now we need to find out what is his income from this shares, isn't it? So dividend from the new shares is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. What is his dividend percentage? 16%. On face value 100. Number of new share is 15A by 16. We just substituted under this. So when you simplify, you get 15A. So this is his income from the new shares, 15A. What was his income from the old shares? Already we found, isn't it? So dividend from the old share is 10A. Now increase is, by this transaction he has increased his income by 2000. This is a given. He has increased his income by 2000 rupees. So this new dividend, that is new income minus old income, that is the income which he received from the new shares minus income he received from the old shares, is equal to 2000. So we found the dividend, the income from the new share as 15A minus the income from the old share already we found as 10A, that is equal to 2000. So subtract both, you get 5A is equal to 2000. Therefore A is equal to 400. A is what? We have assumed A as what? Now we will go to the, here. Let the number of old shares is A. We have assumed the number of old shares as A. And here we found A is equal to 400. That is nothing but the number of old shares he sold, that is equal to 400. So earlier he invested and he bought 400 shares. I hope you understood this. So first, to begin the sum, first read the question, understand, get the clear picture, and then you can proceed. Only then you will be knowing what formula can be used. Right? Now we will go to the next sum. Here, now come to the question. A man invests rupees 6,750. This is his investment, right? Partially in shares of 6% at rupees 140 and partially in shares of 5% at rupees 125. If his total income is rupees 280, how much has he invested in each? See, a man, he is investing this much amount he is investing partially in one company which gives 6% dividend at rupees 140. What is this 140? It is market value. So he is investing some amount in this company and the remaining in another company which gives 5% dividend at rupees 125. 125 is the market value, right? We doesn't know how much he invested in the first company and how much he invested in the second company. If his total income is rupees 280, how much has he invested in each? Now this is his total income. When he invests in a company, usually he will be getting the dividend from that, right? Now here I have tried to show in the diagram so that you will get a clear picture out of this. Now this is his total investment. He has 6,750, that is the amount he is investing in two companies. Many will make the mistake that they will divide this equally and half here and half here. That is very wrong. It's as in the question it's not given, you cannot take like that. We need to assume. Okay, so this is a total investment. He invested in the first company. I've written the data here for the first company. The face value is 100. As it is not given, we are assuming the face value is 100. And the market value is given as 140 and the dividend percentage is 6%. This given data only I have written here. So this is the data of the first company. Now this is the data given for the second company. That is what I have written here in the diagram. Face value is 100, market value is 125, dividend percentage is 5%. Right? Now we will come back to the diagram once again. Now this is his total investment. The first company, let the investment be A. We are assuming with a variable. So the investment we are assuming with A. The remaining data I have written here. And in the second company, what is his investment? This is his total investment, isn't it? So 6,750 minus A. So this much he is investing in the second company. Market value is this. Dividend percentage is given. Face value that we have assumed. Now out of these two companies, he will be getting the income. In return, he will get the income. From this company and from this company he will get the income, and this total income is given here as 280 rupees. The total income from both the companies he is receiving 280. See, the total income he received as rupees 280. That's given. Now how much he is investing in the first company and how much he is investing in the second company, that is what we need to find it out. Investment in the first company and investment in the second company. Right? Now is the question clear? This is his total investment. He is investing some money in the first company and he will be getting some dividend. And the remaining he is investing in the second company, and from here also he will be getting the dividend, the income. Now from both the companies his total income is 280. How much he invested in the first company and how much he invested in the second company? That is the question. Now we will come to the solution part. Now here, the first company, let the investment in the first company is equal to, I assumed a variable A. You can assume by any variable. That is, here I assumed as E. Now we need to find out how much his shares, right? So we we need to find out the income. Dividend is equal, we need to find the total dividend. That is the total income we need to find out. So to find the total dividend, this is a formula. Right? Dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. Number of shares we need to find out the dividend. So first we need to find the number of shares. After finding the number of shares, we need to find the dividend. Right? So first we are finding the number of shares. So number of shares is equal to his investment by market value per share. How much he invested in the first company? Investment is A. So A by market value per share is what? First company, what is the market value? Here is 140. So investment is A, market value per share is 140. So this is the number of shares. So we found the number of shares. Then as we assumed with the variable, the number of shares also will be along with the variable. Out of this number of shares, how much he has received as his income. So this is a formula to find the income, that is dividend. It's equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. Dividend percentage is already given, 6%, on face value 100, which we assumed, Number of shares is what we have found here as A by 140. Just substitute, simplify, you will be getting 3A by 70. Now this is his annual dividend from the first company. Okay, so we found the dividend of the first company. Now we will come to the second company. And now for the second company, he invested. What is his investment in the second company? 6,750 minus A. That is the total investment by the investment in the first company. That is the remaining amount he invested in the second company. So 6,750 minus A. This is his investment in the second company. Right? Now next we need to find the number of shares, and then we need to find out what is his income out of this shares. Right? Now the number of shares we need to find out is equal to investment by market value per share. So what is his investment in the second company? It is 6,750 minus A by market value per share, it is 125. Second company market value is already given in the question. So 125. So we found this is the number of shares for the second company. Next, out of this shares, what is his dividend? His income. So his total income is equal to, total dividend is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. So dividend percentage is given as 5%. Face value is 100. Number of shares we found here. So substitute under the formula, simplify, and you will be getting this as his dividend from the second company. Right? Now first company dividend is what? This much. Second company dividend is this much. Now in the question, we will go back to the question. What is the question? Now we found what is the income from the second company. We found out what is the income. First we found the income from the first company and income from the second company, and they gave the total income is 280. Total income. So come back to the answer here. Yeah. Total income. First company dividend, first company income plus second company income. Together is given as 280. So this is first company income plus second company income. Both you are adding, and here you are finding LCM. All this algebraic part you need to calculate, and finally you are getting the value of A as 3,500. So what is A? We have assumed A is what? The investment in the first company. Right? Here, we will go back to the question. Here, let the investment is equal to A. We have assumed the investment as A. Even in the solution part we have assumed. Let the investment in the first company is equal to A. We found what is A. A is equal to 3,500. So how much he invested in the first company? He invested 3,500 rupees in the first company. Right. Now what is his investment in the second company? In the second company he has invested the remaining amount. Remaining is what? 6,750 minus A. That is 6,750 minus A is what? Just now we found as 3,500. That is equal to 3,250. So this is the second company investment. Let me close this. Yeah. Now you can clearly look into this. Now the investment in the second company is 3,250. Fine. Once again I'll tell you the just a review on the question. By looking at this picture you can understand better. A man, he invested this much, 6,750. Some amount he invested in the first company or company A or company B. Anyway you can do it. I have written as first company and second company. He invested some money in this first company and the remaining in the second company. And the market value, dividend percentage, everything is given. I have written all the given data of the first company inside this. And the second company, market value, dividend percentage, face value, everything I have written under the second company. Now, he will be getting the income, that is a dividend from the first company and also from the second company. Now, this total income is 280. It's given. Right? Now, you need to find out what is his income from the first company and what is his income from the second company. Add both, that is equal to 280. Right? So, as you have assumed the investment as A, you need to find the dividend. To find the dividend, you should know how many shares, isn't it? So first you need to find the number of shares and then you have to substitute in the formula and find out the dividend. You will be getting this. This is his income from the first company. The same thing you have to do for the second company also. The investment on the second company is 6750 minus A, the remaining amount. Here also you need to find the income, that is the dividend. To find the dividend, you should know the number of shares. So first you need to find the number of shares. After that you have to substitute here and find what is his dividend, his income. Now you found the income of both the companies. First company income plus second company income is equal to 280, that is given. Now add both, simplify, you will be getting A is equal to 3500. So what is A? A is nothing but the investment in the first company, 3500. So what will be his investment in the second company? The remaining amount. The total investment is this, right? So 6750 minus A. So 6750 minus 3500, that is equal to 3250. Now this much amount he has invested in the second company. Clear? I hope you understood the sum. Thank you students. We will see the next chapter in the next video. Thank you.